I just bought this Mac Mini. This is actually the second one. I bought the first one, 256 gig. I found out it's not enough, so I returned it and bought the 512 gig. This is an M2 Mac Mini. Of course, from Apple, it came with a box, but this one is from a third party because it's cheaper. So now, as with any Apple, well, it's kind of good thing the box is good. The other one was nicely packed. So, as with any Apple packaging, it's minimalist. See this. Here we go. Opening the box. Mac Mini. This is the cord and some manual and of course the Mac Mini. Okay, checking for damage from shipping, none, and of course all the connections are on the back and we can remove and reveal it. So this is an M2 Mac Mini, not the M2 Pro, so it only got two USB-C, one HDMI, two USB-A, and I guess this is the fan, and the power cord, and Ethernet. And this supports two monitors, which I will show you next. But that's really it, the content of Mac Mini. Oh, I can put it here if I want. Of course, it doesn't say here that this is 512. The Mac Mini package doesn't come with keyboard, mouse, and monitor. You have to provide them yourself. SSD, M2 chip, and it says here 2023. M2 for Mac Mini came out last year. As you can see, I already got two monitors set up. I already have a Mac keyboard from my old iMac, and I already have a Mac mouse. That's why Mac Mini works for me, because I have everything. This, when you buy this only comes with this, the manual, and of course the cord. And that's it. I can buy a MacBook, which I had before, but I don't really move it from place to place. I always work here, even with the MacBook, so might as well get the Mac Mini, which is way cheaper than the MacBook. So I'm gonna set it up with just one monitor for now. I'll show you with the two monitors later. So plug this. Okay. And I got the Ethernet cable that is already plugged to the wall port. Okay, so I had this plugged now, and so I'm using this monitor. Let's turn it on. I have to plug the HDMI. There you go. And set up the mouse. And to set up the keyboard, just press the on.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
I press the return key. Now, usually it's hard to pair for the first time. See the light on the keyboard, the green light. While that is being recognized, let me plug in also the time machine, because that's how I set up my Apple. I don't want to do it manually. I just restore from a time machine, and that my time machine is using a USB. I have this dongle. It's the USB here, and this will come in handy when we set up the, what do you call this, the other monitor. That's the HDMI. But we'll, as I've said, we'll do it with one monitor first. This is USB-C, so we'll plug it. They got two. Let me plug one. So I'm gonna set up everything with time machine. Now, is the keyboard good? Nope, still being recognized. Come on. It's taking time for the pairing of the keyboard, and usually the pairing at setup time is hard. So I'm gonna use this keyboard directly plugged in. It's, at least I can do some setup here, and then once set up, I'm gonna go to the settings and manually pair the keyboard. Now I have to plug this keyboard, one of this. See, okay, and continue. Let's not set up the accessibility for now. Continue. So here it says, from a Mac, time machine backup or startup disk. I'm gonna do it from the time machine, as I've said. Continue. No, I'm gonna use my other time machine. There you go. I'm gonna use that. Take this. A lot of data. So it's gonna take for a while. The beauty with setting up using a time machine is you don't have to go through all the settings. If you want to keep your settings before, you can definitely use that. And like magic, it just restores everything. Now, when I did the Mac Mini before, this color here is actually looks like Ventura. And that's what it says when I bought this Mac Mini M2. I'm gonna pause the video, and it will take some time actually. Now, adjusted the video. You don't have to see my Mac Mini at this time. Concentrate on the screen. This is now the setup with one monitor connected to the HDMI. So let's continue. And of course, I'm gonna set the password. So I'm using the black keyboard. Set password and continue. Let's see. Software license, hardware warranty, agree. Now it's taking it from my time machine backup. It's cool, right? Don't have to do anything, just click on continue and your machine will be an upgraded one with the same setup, the same settings, everything is the same, but one. And I'll explain it to you later. My old MacBook actually cannot be upgraded to farther or latest operating system. Its last operating system that it took is Ventura, and it cannot take the Sonoma. After 2 hours or more, migration completed because I have lots of files from my backup and setup took time. So let's continue. Now let me see if the keyboard is recognized. Oops, not yet. We'll set that up. Setting up the iCloud. Oh, entering the verification code. Setting up the iCloud. There you go. You've heard it. So it says here, upgrade to Mac OS Sonoma. Let's do that. Okay, let's just proceed to the upgrade. Because it came with Ventura, as I've told you guys. So it popped out on my phone that a device has been added. While it's being done, let's set up the keyboard. Let's close this. Bluetooth. Let's see. I'm turning on the again keyboard, the green stuff. There you go. There you go. There you go. So this is what I'm telling you guys. If you cannot connect the keyboard at setup when you turn it on, I've never been successful on that. I tried again, did not work, so I set it up manually after everything has been set up. So it's blinking, connected. So now I have this keyboard set up, and I don't need this because this is a different layout. Setup is done. We're just finishing up on the OS upgrade. The common applications though, like iMovie, Pages, Keynotes, and Numbers are not up to date. You'll see an error like in iMovie. When I check the App Store and look for the updates, it says no updates. All your apps are up to date. I have another video to show you how to fix it. So to check the storage about this Mac, click more info and it comes to this report. So I got 494.38. It's close to 512. It's not exactly 512 as they said in the disclaimer. I don't see iMovie here. So let's set that up. Finder, settings, sidebar, and I'll click on movies. I want to see music, pictures. So now if I go in here, voila, there you go. So I plug the other monitor. You can see it's turned on. It's still being set up, but I'm just gonna show you. I have an HDMI here. This is a dongle connected to the USB-C because there is only one HDMI. This is the HDMI connected to this monitor. Yeah. In order for this monitor to work separately, continuous thing, I have to set it to have two connections at the back. One is HDMI, another is the USB-C, but with an HDMI here. So let me connect that now. Okay, there you go. I will connect it here. And let me show you. Since it's still being set up, this one will not show, but the message that no HDMI is connected is gone, because once this is done, you'll see the two windows will be, or the two monitors will be independently controlled with my mouse. Okay, there you go. Just type in. So this is the primary monitor and this is the secondary monitor. And let's open this, for example. And this is what I'm talking about. With the setup of two plugins, I can, let's open another application, iMovie for example, and I can just drag this here, acting as two monitors. So again, the setup of this is connected to one HDMI, and this is connected to a dongle with HDMI, and the dongle is connected to here with USB-C. Now, that is, I think everyone wants, if you have dual monitor, you want to make this as independent and you can control. It's a continuation of the other monitor. I'm gonna show you the other. For this setup, I'm using this. And let me just plug in. This is not HDMI, but it doesn't matter. The concept is the same. I'm gonna plug this in and just connect this here into one. Okay, we're gonna remove this HDMI and this one, and just connect this. So it's like a splitter. So only one is connected here, which is this. It doesn't matter, this or that. Now, you can see the difference. Oh, I have to turn this on. Okay. Come on. See, This one is acting like two monitors. Sorry, one monitor but split. See, it doesn't act like the one I see. This mouse, you see two mouse pointers, this one and this one. It's not acting like independent monitor that you can control. This one is just like one monitor split into half. See, you get two copies of this window. On here, one copy on the right side and one copy on the left side. That only happens when you connect just one. Unlike, I guess the Windows able to control independently with this one, because this is meant for the Windows. But that is the problem with just connecting one. You have to connect one HDMI and one USB-C. I guess I haven't tried. If you have another dongle with an HDMI, you connect two USB-C. That I haven't tried because I don't have another one. So that's not what we want. Gonna remove this and actually plug in the HDMI, and here an HDMI with a dongle. So that's one monitor. The other one says not used. Then we plug this. Now it's gonna be independent, controlled. Okay, see, this is acting separately. And that's it. Thank you for watching.